Badminton has a massive problem right now, and it's to do with one of the most important things in the sport, the shuttle. Prices are going up, they break way too fast, and it's starting to become a serious issue for the sport as a whole. A few years ago, you could grab a tube of Yonex AS30s for around £24. Now they're about £36 for the exact same thing. You can go through a whole tube in just one session, sometimes even faster. At the pro level, they literally swap shuttles after a few rallies. That means if you actually play badminton regularly, badminton can get really expensive. This then leads to another big problem where the waste created from badminton worldwide is huge. Once a shuttle's done, it's done. You can't recycle them, so they go straight into landfill or get burned. With the prices increasing, more people choose to use cheaper feather shuttles, which break even faster, accelerating this process and causing even more waste and damage to the environment. So why are prices exploding? The Badminton World Federation admitted there's a raw material shortage. Basically, almost every feather shuttle is made in China, and apparently there just aren't as many ducks and geese being farmed anymore. People in China are eating less duck and goose meat, which means fewer feathers available for shuttle production. Then add in badminton's growing popularity around the world, and boom, the supply is down, demand is up, which means the prices increase. The thing is, the BWF knows this is a huge problem, and for the last 10 years they've been trying to develop something called synthetic shuttlecocks to try and solve this. They're meant to be the perfect balance between feather and plastic, the same flight and feel as the feather, but cheaper and longer lasting. Brands like Victor already make versions like the NCS Pro, and even the YouTube channel Badminton Insight made a video not long ago to say how good they are. But let's be honest, almost no one's switched, and it doesn't look like they will do in the near future either. And that's just because feather shuttles just feel so perfect. The sound, the flight, the spin, everything. A synthetic shuttle can copy it, but it's never quite the same. And for the pros, they want the best. They don't care if it costs more, they just change it when it breaks anyway. And the thing is, when the pros use feathers, everyone else wants to use feathers too. That's how it's always been, and everyone enjoys how they play. As well as that, even if we all wanted to switch to synthetic shuttles tomorrow, we couldn't. There aren't nearly enough factories to make them at scale. You'd need years of planning before the whole sport could actually change over. And even then, are synthetic shuttles actually much better? Sure, they might last a bit longer and could be slightly cheaper to buy, but can they even be recycled? Are they easier to produce sustainably? It's not like they last 5 or 10 times longer than a good feather does. And a lot of people would still prefer how a feather shuttle feels and plays, which is arguably the most important thing. And feather shuttles have been what badminton has always used throughout its history, so this would be a huge change to the tradition of the sport. So right now, it's not clear if we'd be fixing the problem or just creating different ones. I think that's why the BWF haven't made a significant change in the 10 years they've been looking hard into this. One thing I think the BWF needs to do in the short term though is really focus on trying to bring down the cost of feather shuttles. The entire sport being so dependent on one country's food consumption just doesn't sound very reliable at all. There must be certain things they can do without completely changing the shuttle to stop prices consistently going up. But yeah, badminton is kind of stuck. Feather shuttles are expensive and wasteful, but they still play the best. Synthetic ones could greatly benefit the sport in the long run, but I just don't think they're there yet. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, if you agree with me or not. I think at some point badminton will have to change, the question is just when.